Hey gang, through your career, you will have to make very tough decisions that may have a huge impact on your personal and professional life. How you need to make those decisions. This is what we're going to talk today. I am Denis. Let's explore what personal values, why they absolutely matter, and how you should leverage them in your professional life to achieve the best possible outcomes. We are all familiar with personal values. They are the core beliefs and principles that serve as a compass in your actions, your decisions. We develop them over time through personal life experience, cultural influence, and upbringing. These values represent the fundamental principles that are dear to us. They truly reflect who you are, what you care about, and what is deeply embedded within yourself. Like I said, throughout your life and career, you will face many decisions, some of which will be particularly challenging. I'm sure you can recall instances where you made the decisions that seems right at that time, but later it didn't feel good at all. You felt something was not right about your decision. This is where you probably realized that you had prioritized your goals and career over your core value when making this choice. This is why you feel that sense of misalignment, anxiety, and stress. Making decisions that conflict with your personal values will create an emotional turmoil, which will, over time, will lead to deep regrets and erode your self-respect and self-esteem. You need to make sure that difficult and important decisions are aligned with your core values. Let me give you a few examples. First one is where family is one of your core values. Let's say following your next performance review, your manager offers you a promotion with a raise. This is something that you have been looking for years. However, this role requires extensive travel and long working hours. If you only consider your goals and career, you might accept the promotions since it aligns with your professional aspirations. But if you also consider the lens of your core values, the decision might look different. Since family is one of your core values, you should clarify and negotiate the expectation on the travel and the workload. In case your manager is completely inflexible, it will probably be better for you to decline the promotion, to stay true to your core values and sleep well at night knowing that you did the right thing. A second example will be where integrity is one of your core values. Let's say your organization is rushing to launch a new marketing campaign, but due to the super tight deadline, your team didn't have enough time to do the thorough testing on the product performance. Some statements in the campaign maybe are kind of a half-truths or at least not fully supported by all the data. And if you consider your team priorities, you might approve the campaign to meet the deadline. However, through the lens of your core value of integrity, you would for sure request to postpone the launch by a few days to ensure that all the data is validated and accurate before the launch. A third example is where integrity and family are ones of your core values. Let's say you are a superstar salesperson within your organizations and a customer reached to you for sensitive data about the product your company is about to launch. If you only consider your priorities, you might be tempted to say yes. After all, it's a very good customers. And on top of that, they're offering you a free ticket to the next weekend football game. And the product is about to be launched anyway. What's the problems? However, through the lens of your core values, this will be a clear no. Valuing integrity in family, you immediately recognize that sharing this information will be unethical, against your company policies, also illegal, which could lead to legal action against you and your organizations. And additionally, if these decisions became public, being out in the media or social media, it could severely damage your family perceptions of you. And if you lose your job, that will have a financial impact for them. The thing is, when you understand and embrace your personal value at work, you can navigate through professional life with more clarity and a greater sense of purpose. They will provide you a consistent framework for making decisions when you are faced with complex choices. help you to determine the best course of actions that align with your principles and leading to that emotional well-being and peace of mind. Okay, now it's homework time. Now you should proceed to identify your core values. How we do that? First thing, you need to go get the 3 forms on the training page. The forms are the list of values, the value finders, and the value wheel. Second thing, you need to compile a list of all the values that resonate with you. And there's different way that you can do that. One of the first way is to take a look at the value list that we provided to you and select all the words that evoke emotions in you or represent something that you believe to be greatest importance in your life. Another way of doing that is to reflect on past experiences. Think about moments in your life when you felt truly fulfilled or satisfied. What were you doing at that time? What value were you honoring in those moments that everything was so nice? Or you can consider the opposite, disappointment. Reflect on times when you felt frustrated, disappointed, felt a high stress or anxiety following decisions you made. What were the value being compromised or ignored at that times? Another option is consult with friends, family, or colleagues who know you well. Ask them what values they see you embodying in your actions at work and in your decisions. And finally, you can seek guidance from your tribes. We will discuss more about your tribe in the Infinite Knowledge and Building Block, but basically they are key individuals for you that they can provide deep insight and help you to reflect on all your values. Now that you have a good list of your values, you need to use the value finder form and try to narrow it down to about 10 values. And for each of them, you need to write down why this specific value is important to you. After, you need to rank them in order of importance, from 1 to 10 if you have 10. This will help you to identify which values are the most central to your identity. And using the bottom part of the value finder form, you can narrow down the list to your top 5 values and write down a brief descriptions of what they mean to you and how they influence your behaviors. And voila, you have now your top 5 core value. The final step for you will be to copy your top 5 values in the value wheel template that we provided to you. And you should definitely print that value wheel form to make sure that you have them handy and that you can review them every month until you have fully internalized all your personal values. And when you will do your yearly assessments, more on this later, you should make sure that you look at all your value again, because your personal value will change over time based on life events that happen to you. And it's super important that you review your list annually, that they still resonate to you, and you make all the necessary modification if needed. My final words to you are, when considering your personal values and your professional life, you're making sure that your actions are consistent and aligned with your principles, leading to emotional well-being and peace of mind that will create a more fulfilling professional and personal life while sleeping super well at night. You will be all in, head and heart.